plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi, moi. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi.
Montreal, Canada. Distinctly French, yet unique all its own. It's a wonderful city with a superb food scene. The Quebecois like to take their time, but my family and I are here for only 24 hours, so we'll hit the ground running with our first stop. St-Viateur Bagel. Arguably the best bagel shop in Montreal, or even all of Canada for that matter. St-Viateur makes a pretty strong case. For starters, they hand roll all their bagels. That's an OG technique I totally respect. Then they quickly boil the bagels in hot water and honey to get the thin crust and sweet doughy flavor. Then it's off to the oven for their golden brown transformation. One very important thing you should consider before ordering is how fresh the batch of bagels are. I'm talking fresh out the oven fresh. No matter the toppings, this will always be the best textured bagel. There's no seats here, so either take it to go or stand around and eat your bagel. As a New Yorker, I was expecting somebody to yell at me for taking too long at the cream cheese counter. Yet, to my surprise, Canadians are such patient and pleasant people. Not all bagels are created equal. Although tasty, Montreal bagels don't quite do it for me like a classic New York bagel.
The beat.
Not as chewy as New York bagels. Still very good.
I'd be remiss if I didn't check out Fairmount Bagel as well. Opened in 1919, it's the oldest bagel shop in Montreal. Fairmount and St-Viateur are the two most coveted bagel shops in Montreal. Montreal bagels are denser than New York bagels. They harden very quickly, so it was good to get the bagel right out of the oven. I'll refrain from drawing too many comparisons with New York bagel shops here because I hate to sound like a New York elitist. But there are few foods that I hold sacred, and a New York bagel is one of them. To quote the dude from The Big Lebowski, that's just like my opinion, man. Next up is an old Montreal classic, kicking it back to 1928.
The Roaring Twenties. A real boom for the automobile, motion pictures, and jazz. These were the golden times, see? And this deli was, and still is, the bee's knees.
Schwartz's Deli regularly sees a line out the door, but thankfully the line moves quickly. Like many old school establishments, they are cash only. The poutine here is unreal. It's got the right consistency of crispy fries to melty cheese with a generous portion of savory brown gravy. Schwartz's has stayed true to their original recipe for over 80 years. This deli has aged to perfection, like the smoked meat they're famous for. It's like having lunch at your Jewish grandmother's house. You can taste the love in this smoky, savory sandwich, so it's only fitting that you share this delectable moment with the ones that you love. If you're looking for a restaurant that specializes in poutine, well, you're in luck, because La Banquise is poutine avant-garde. La Banquise offers all sorts of accoutrements to dress up their poutine. They're super extra like that. We had to try their traditional poutine. Hypnotized by gravy fries. I am under your spell, mighty poutine. Your cheesy fried goodness is no match for my longing eyes. The only one screaming for the hills is maybe my arteries after today.
So good.
Schwartz's was still my favorite, but this was damn good. Definitely recommend. Maison Faure is a boutique bakery and pastry school, located in Montreal's Old Town district. They have a wide assortment of pastries, croissants, cookies, and cakes. There's table service in the back, where a lovely hostess will bring morsels of joy atop a silver platter just inches away from your gaping mouth. Yes, you're literally served on a silver platter here. The only stress is what pastry to choose from. We decided to each get a different pastry and split it all. I love my family. I went with the croustillant praline chocolat. A culinary Grand Prix of flavor and texture. Your first hit with rich, decadent chocolate ganache, followed by moist chocolate interior, and finally, a mouthful of crunchy praline to send your taste buds into pure nirvana. It's unadulterated confectionery euphoria, and deux, trois. What does Barack Obama and Justin Trudeau have in common? They have dined together at the legendary Franco-Canadian restaurant, Joe Beef. Joe Beef is an exemplary achievement of culinary mastery. Let me show you what I mean.
My love, that is my dream.
Right off the bat, you're greeted by their pleasant and attentive waitstaff. One such gentleman led us to a private room in the back. Being led through the restaurant felt like a scene right out of Goodfellas. They've got all sorts of creative dishes, like duck foie gras, beetroot cured salmon gravlax, raw Lebanese lamb, horse fillet, baked halibut with halibut stuffed tortellini. We're of course going with the coveted lobster spaghetti, spaghetti homard. Just wait until you see it. But first, we start things off with an excellent spring salad and wild mushrooms with local Quebec cheese. Now seemed like a better time than any to try horse for the first time. It was super tasty and not gamey at all. And then it's over to the showstopper, spaghetti homard. Big chunks of fresh lobster bathed in butter and brandy, accentuated by savory bacon bits over a bed of perfectly al dente spaghetti. Now this is living. I am forever grateful to be eating this well.
Amazing.
Birthday weekend in Montreal was a success. got to check out some of the very best the city has to offer in only 24 hours. Montreal should be on any food lover's list to visit.
We need room for Joe Beef. Are you recording? I have crap on my face?
No, you're good.
I mean, cheese curd on my face is a good thing, though. You want me to go back there again to see the focus? Yeah. Alright, and although it's going to feel weird, make this part of your hand not show. So you got to do that. Like this way. Okay. Yeah. Someone dig into that cake because they don't look cool on this video. Try it, Lynn.
Mom cannot even wait.
There's so many flavors going on.
There's the orange marmalade.
That's amazing. So good. Oh, yeah, let's ask for a picture.
Is this on right now?
Yeah. I tried to multitask.
Can you maybe not have it Schwartz at me? Because I'm being filmed this entire time.
Failing at what I'm getting, how much I'm getting.
Not as good as New York. It's really good. It's different.
Don't say that.
It's different.